Hi guys, welcome to another podcast session. Now, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Coach Kamal AMZAN. I have been a motivational trainer and a motivational speaker for more than 11 years now. And we're starting our own podcast. So without further ado,
My name is Nurina. You can call me Nurina, whatever you want. I'm a diploma business studies student. Okay, and let's go to the last one, Dean.
The last one. Okay. Hey
Last
guys.
one.
Hey guys, what's up? It's your boy Dean. You can call me Dean Kumar. You can call me Dean. You can call me mine. Just kidding. I'm not. Okay. I screwed that. I screwed that part up. But it's okay. You can call me Dean. For those of y'all who do not know the name of our podcast, we are called Chill Out Sessions. And today we are going to talk about a topic that has been not so aware by people. And today's topic will be
About mental health. Health.
now, for those of you who are still new to our Chill Out Sesh with Coach Kamal, what we do in our Chill Out Sesh podcast is that we will talk generally on things or issues regarding youths of the 21st century. So whatever it is that you guys are going through, whatever problems, whatever issues that you're going through, the three of us are here to help you. Dean, Nurina was my former student and now they've graduated from my program. They are shooting stars on their own, yes. Nurina is a 3.9 GPA scholar. And Dean is, well, he is a corporate comm student.
I'm a corporate comms
Diam je.
student. Okay, let me reintroduce what you're trying to say. I'm a guy who likes to talk a lot, all right? I'm a guy who likes to talk a lot. Yeah, that's all. That's all to it.
So,
all right.
Dean said just now, today we're going to talk about mental health, mental awareness for youth in the 21st century. We feel that this is a topic that we should be talking about, and a lot of people have been tiptoeing around this topic because it's too hard or it's too scary for them to talk about mental health, right? We've always wanted to talk about this, but we just did not have the time. But now quarantine gives us time to actually ponder and start on something new.
Yeah, that's true.
We will be sharing with you our opinions. So let's start off by asking each other, what's your view? Like, being youth these days, what's your view on mental health?
Dean, you start first. You start first.
I start first, okay. The lady has given it to me. So what I think about mental health is that many people, as I said before, are not very aware what mental health issues are. Because back then, when I was a kid, mental health issues are not even very stressed. Like they were focusing on more big problems, which are, natural disasters, economy, politics, government, some things like that. But when it came to emotions, when it came to the society of people, tiba-tiba, so it's like many people don't focus more on mental health these days, like how we know, like right now, like you see the media is always portraying a lot of mental health issues, for example, depression, anxiety, a lot of mental health issues. And what I think about it is that it should be stressed on more. Many people should know that there are things such as mental health issues, and people should actually talk about more about their mental health issues to people, even though if they don't feel of sharing, but they actually should know that mental health is a very important aspect in as us being human beings. So that's my point of view lah. What about you, Nurina?
In my point of view, mental health is like something teenagers nowadays is facing. Like, I think they show it or not, it's like a backstory, but most of the time they don't show it to like people because maybe they feel shame of it, because some people would judge them because of this mental health thing they're having, or some people would post on status about what their breakdowns. And sometimes when they post on status, people will judge them. Like, either they say that, oh, these people is just acting, they want sympathy, they want
That's true. That's true.
attention, which
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't think they don't have any of those intention, but they are having it. Like they are struggling with their mental health, either depression or anxiety. But in terms of like which mental health illness is very severe or major, I I would say like, oh, depression is much more worse than anxiety, because anxiety has its own story,
Yep.
depression has its own story, so you can't actually um,
You can't
equalize
compare.
both of them. Yeah, you can't compare and equalize both of them, because it's
Yeah.
whole different story.
Because different
Either
people,
you
like,
have faced both of them or you have faced one of them. It's just, yeah, it's hard for someone who has just faced it for the first time or many times. It's just as hard.
yeah, that's true. That's true. Because like many people have their own way and also their own mental illness. For example, some have depression, some have anxiety. You can't
Yes.
just say most people can't compare, and you can't even compare because different people have their own anxiety, which is worse to them. For example, I can say that I have depression, and you can't just come up to me and say that, hey, depression is not that, it's not that painful, lah, bro. Anxiety is
Yeah.
It's
very painful. You can't
Yeah.
compare
nothing. You can't,
because like,
yeah.
yeah, you only know your own pain, right? You can't judge other people's pain based on your own things that you have faced, because you don't know how much pain they are going through, even though it's a small problem or even a big problem, because they went through that thing, so they actually
Yeah.
feel. Yeah.
Maybe you face like much more, sorry, you face less pain that other people do,
Yeah.
because your depression might not be that severe, and other people that you meet might be like extremely severe. You don't know because you're not in their place.
That's
No,
true.
you're not
That's
at
true.
their place, so you can't judge just by them explaining their story. You just judge by just hearing the story. You need
Right.
to think of like ways on how this person is basically like behind those stories they're telling you.
Yep.
How are they facing it? How
Yeah.
bad it is? You can't just by hearing the story. Maybe the person macam tapis dia punya ayat.
Yeah. Yeah.
They won't tell the whole story to you. Okay, so you must understand the background of it, the background story of it, and how maybe other people how severe it is, so you can compare like, oh, this person how teruk it is and this person how teruk it is, so you can macam kasih nasihat or whatever based on their
Yeah.
percentage of their faham kan? I don't know how
Bergentar-gentar
to
tanda
explain
tu.
it, but yeah,
Hui. Hujan
I
eh?
feel. I think it's raining. It's the thunder is
Yeah.
quite.
Thunder is damn
Cool.
loud.
yes,
Yeah.
it's really hard.
But
Yeah.
so what Nurina is actually trying to say is that before you actually like try to evaluate someone's problem, first of all, don't judge. You can't judge other people's mental health and also whatever they're going through, because before you even judge, you should know what they're going through. First of all, that's first of it. So that's what she's trying to say. I'm back.
I feel like when it comes to mental awareness, psychologically, a lot of people are afraid. And throughout my coaching sessions and throughout the trainings that I've conducted, I mean, in trainings with you guys as well, there's a lot of youths out there who feel like they can't share. They are not able to share truly and honestly how they feel because they don't feel that the environment is secure enough for them to do so. Like what Nurina
Judgment
said, yes, judgment. Because we live in a world or society is so judgmental these days, right? It's
and
like
negative.
they're very negative. It's like people don't go through the same things and people don't go through what you go through every day in life.
Yep.
And to judge people by saying you can't handle this or you can't handle that, that is very, very unruly, I would say. So by the end of the day, whatever issues that we're facing, no matter how big or how small, we should accept other people's views because we come from different ways of thinking. We were brought up differently, and the environment that we're in is definitely not the same.
Exactly.
Yeah. So as far as mental health or this mental awareness goes, I feel that people should stop talking and stop saying things, but learn to listen and
Start
put
listening.
yourself in other people's shoes first. Yeah.
Exactly.
That's
Yeah.
what
Position,
everyone
yeah.
should do. Yes.
I agree totally with Coach Kamal, because what I've seen when people are trying to like help out about with someone who has mental health issues, all they do is just talk instead of just asking like, okay, why do you feel this? But you're not listening much. First of all, when
Mm.
someone is actually sharing with you, like what I think is, instead of just like forcing someone to actually talk to you about his or her problem, you should wait for the time, because some people might actually face this mental health issues, but they, as Coach Kamal said, they don't feel like the environment or the people they are around with are secure enough to actually share their problems with. For example, when you know that your best friend is actually going through something and you know, but you can't say anything, you can only ask what's wrong. But if he or she doesn't want to say anything, you give her
Explain
time,
it.
because you can't force.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to give her time, give or he or she time, because the more you force it, the more they will feel very insecure about it. Because in
Or
the end,
in another word, make them trust you.
exactly,
So
yeah, make them
they
trust you.
can, yeah, so they can actually talk to you and share their mental health problems with you.
Yeah, eventually, when time takes its toll, they will share your problems, and you must not judge. First of all, don't say that, oh, actually I've been feeling this way because 3 years back. And you don't say that, oh bro, what happened 3 years back, janganlah macam ni. But in the end, what happened that 3 years back basically traumatized them or made them feel that way. So you should understand them in that kind of senses. Am I right?
Like people
So
always say,
yeah,
past, be
past is in the
past,
past,
like,
and past
yeah.
in the past, and but that does not happen for mental health, because the only reason why you actually got mental health was for a specific reason. Maybe it's because of countless reasons. So when someone is sharing that, oh, for example, 5 years ago I actually went through this, you don't compare and say that, bro, just 5 years ago lah, bro, why you want to so tense up right now? You say like that, you akan dapat penampar ke muka kau, eh? Don't say
Numbuk pun
that.
dapat.
Penumbuk dapat. Because in the end, when they actually sharing their problems with you, that means they actually trust you, you know. So all you have to do is one simple thing. Listen. All you got to do is listen. That's all you got to do. Don't judge. Because the more you judge, if, for example, I went through a lot of mental health issues in my life, the one thing that I hate, and actually the one thing that I really feel insecure of people, is when they start judging. And when I started getting
Mm.
out of that phase and started understanding about how human mentality works, the one thing that I realized many human beings are doing in society are doing right now is judging, to judge. Am I right? But you don't know why they actually like that. You don't know why their personality became like that. You don't actually ask why. You're just there like, this guy, act like gangster lah. Like I used to get judged a lot. Say, bro, you look like gangster, you behave like gangster, but they don't ask me why.
You talk like a
Right?
gangster too.
Do you want to know something? Okay, since you brought this thing up, okay, the other day I saw on TikTok, their comments lah. Ada one account I saw
TikTok lagi.
their comments. Sorry lah, these days tengok TikTok je. Okay, so on TikTok the other day, the one problem is joget, menari, dance, but people make it like because of this apa video yang terlebih sikit ke apa ke, people judge that gila-gila. But then because of this person pakai labu apa semua, they're like, okay, you're supposed to do this. Faham tak macam how people
Faham.
think into different videos and how people judge into
Like
different
first of
videos.
all, they think the problem was the amount of clothes that she was wearing was less. Am I right?
Yeah,
They
something
didn't
like that.
see. They didn't see the dancing was the problem in the first place.
Yeah.
Understood.
But then sebabkan dia pakai like singkat apa semua, so dia tengok and dancing lah, perspektif. But because dia the other video sebab dia pakai labuh, so dia tak tengok the dancing part. dia tengok macam ni patutnya elok ni
Sopan.
pakai labuh sopan.
Nampak
Macam tu.
sopan. This is
Yes,
halal.
ayu. Gitu.
This is halal.
Yeah,
Okay,
halal
okay.
video.
Halal video, eh? Okay. But in the end, like, she's wearing. Okay, if it's your daughter or something, it's not. If it's your daughter, I understand because you have your rights among your daughter. Like if it's a young child or anything, is yours. But like someone else is wearing and you start judging. But in the end, when you do something wrong, you don't like when someone judges you, right? You like someone to
Yes.
acknowledge you. You want someone to acknowledge you.
Yes.
Like acknowledging.
That's
Yeah,
true.
you see, the mentality is that people think acknowledging and judging are the same thing. Okay, guys, go to your dictionary, go to your Google, search acknowledging and judging. It's two different things. It's two different things. Acknowledging is basically telling them what they actually do wrong. Judging is basically putting their problem in the face. That's different. That's what judging is. You're not even supposed to judge. Kalau if you wanted to say something politely, like you just tell them, acknowledge them, saying that something.
Personal.
Yeah, exactly. You should at least know them before you even start telling this and that, right?
I feel like
True.
when you post such things in social media, you're either bound to get judged or you're bound to get acknowledged, right? So
Yeah.
we live in a society where people are very negative, like I said just now, and people have different ways of thinking. But of course, if you post it on social media, then you are bound to get judged. Like what Dean said, you're bound to get judged, you're bound to get acknowledged. So be very careful on what you post on social media. Because
But
of
what I
these
don't
comments.
understand,
Uh,
but one thing that I don't understand is if like something that is not supposed to do when you're a Muslim, okay, there's some boundaries as you say, right? But then if like an artist does it or like someone famous does it, the netizen doesn't see that. Like,
yes.
for example, holding
Yes.
hands. You're not supposed to hold hands with like different gender, right? Like boys, girls, you can't hold hands. But then when artist does it or someone famous does it, oh, so sweet. Kind of thing. So like, why a normal citizen does that is something you really judge until like kelubang cacing you cari orang tu, kecam orang tu. But if someone famous does it, you don't judge. You take it like in a positive side.
I think this one falls under
Like that is
bias.
something that I don't understand.
Bias, yeah, honestly, what coach say,
Yes.
bias.
This falls under bias, and there's a lot of people who are biased out there because when people like us, you know, normal citizens or netizens or whoever, however you want to refer to us at, when we normal people do something stupid or something ridiculous, the first thing that people would say or do is judge. And the first thing that people would judge us by would be something negative because people don't know us, right? But I wouldn't say artists, I would classify it as famous people, people who we often see on TV shows or they appear on radios or celebrities or even social media influencers, people that they know of, they can probably give them a pass because they do know these people to a certain extent.
Yep.
And to a certain extent, these people, for them, they are that way already. It has been built in their mind that, okay lah, artists what? They are like that. So I think by the end of the day, the way people think is that people classify people or other people into different boxes.
Yep.
So normal people, this box. Celebrities, higher level, this box. King and queens, oh, we can never kecam them. So another box, right?
Yeah.
Different boxes for different people. And that's why when we see other people who has the same level or is of the same level as us, we tend to be negative towards them. Right? I mean,
That's true.
It's
true.
very normal when you're walking down the street or when you're walking on a shopping mall, you see people staring at you up and down like this. Like,
Hoi,
kau ni
banyak.
siapa
Oi.
je?
Banyak.
Kan, right? Kau ni siapa je? Kenapa nak pakai bandana lah, nak pakai earphone besar-besar
Oi,
lah.
oi, why you want to target me? Oi,
Triggered. Din
Oi,
is triggered.
aku pakai bandana ni sekali-sekala tau.
Dah tahulah hujan
But-
tapi dekat
but-
rumah kot, apa pakai bandana.
But
Or someone who's wearing sunglasses. Kat rumah apa, kenapa nak pakai sunglasses? Panas
Exactly,
ke? Tak nampak apa
right?
panas je.
yeah,
Like, yeah, we all have this perception in ourselves and we compare ourselves with other people, sometimes to make
Exactly.
us feel better, or sometimes it's just, you know, to see, it's just human nature.
That's true. That's
We
true.
have been brought up to compare ourselves because that's just the way it is. Yeah.
Agreed.
And all these things, right? All these things that you guys have just said, these are the things that leads towards mental health, you know. It can go in a positive way or it can go to a
A
negative way.
negative.
Yeah.
Coach, I have a question. When we can understand about the negative way because like when someone starts judging you, you can feel like, am I not good enough? Oh, someone's judging
Insecure.
me.
They feel insecure.
But, you feel insecure because that person is technically
And
attacking
not
the
confident.
way you wear. Yeah, exactly. Because they're attacking the way you wear. They're attacking your insecurity. They're attacking your personality. But when you say positive way, like, can you share like some positive ways? Can you share some positive ways of this judgment that they actually do?
By the end of the day, mental health or mental health severity falls down to the first word, mental. It goes back to your mentality. And those who are stronger, they thrive. Those who are stronger, they go towards the finish line faster. It's just the way you actually perceive things. It's just the way you actually look
More
at
like mentally
things.
prepared. More like mentally
No,
prepared.
it's not mentally prepared. It's more like how you view things. I'll give you a same
I see.
situation of two different people, right? The first situation, the first person is walking down the street and there's this bird that flies over his head and this bird starts shitting on him.
Okay.
Okay? Yes,
Random
I just
gila.
said the word, right? Now this person starts cursing at the bird. Stupid bird, why you shit on me? I want to barbecue you. I'm going to do some Nando's tonight, right?
Ui, Nando's. Gonna get some
Okay.
Kentucky Fried Chicken
Betul-betul
tonight.
marah tu.
Yes, very, very angry, very, very upset. The same situation happens to another person. This person looks at the bird shits on him, looks at the bird and say, "Wah, bird shit on me today. Very good, ah. I better go and buy some Toto." Very very lucky. Right? Probably tomorrow I get a raise.
Yeah, that's true.
Probably tomorrow I get new girlfriend. Yeah.
That's true.
So
that's true.
it's how you view things. And sadly, for the person who gets angry that the bird pooped on him, yeah, this anger will build up. This anger will stay with him until he acknowledges that accidents happen.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
just like any other
Have to
human
face it, yeah.
beings, and just like any human beings who needs to release our bowels, it so happens that birds fly and they release their bowels by flying. Right? So
Hey, a bird just took a shit on me, mate. Nah, man, don't blame the bird. Its bowels got problem.
yeah, you see, it's how you
Yeah.
view things. So it can't happen in a positive way. It's just how you view it. People can say that you're ugly. People can say that you are nasty. People can say that you smell. But by the end of the day, if you view it as something positive, like, oh, he says that I am smelly. perhaps my smell is of a very, very different odor,
Yeah.
right? Or
Yeah.
if someone were to say that you are always angry, if you view it as,
Yeah.
oh, maybe I'm very passionate, maybe it's the way I'm speaking. So you cannot take whatever people say on face value. You cannot take whatever people say to you wholeheartedly. Always take it with a pinch of salt because they don't know you. You know yourself
Yeah.
better.
True.
Yeah.
Exactly. So basically, you're like re-evaluating your own thoughts with what they say, lah. Technically, it's not like you're taking in what they say, but when they say something, for example, the way you smell, you're actually thinking,
Padamkan.
yeah, basically, yeah, like what Nurina say, you feel like, actually, yeah, meh, no lah, this is my own smell lah, bro, like that. So it's like you're just rethinking your own thing, and you're thinking like, oh, okay, like that. Because you take some things from them, it's like if you're like counteracting what your self-thought is, right? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yes, I do want to add though a little bit more to the smell part. You can only view it as positive if you do bathe and you do shower and you do take care of your cleanliness. If you are the type of person who don't bathe, don't take care of your cleanliness, then you just gotta accept it lah when people say you smell. Right? Yeah.
Yeah,
What he said is
true.
right. Yeah, what he said is right.
Yeah.
but 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 I want to add in. Like just now, Coach Kamal shared about the bird shitting issue, right? Okay, this is what happened in real life. So me and my friend it was a holiday. So me and my friend were like from his house. We were planning to go, if I'm not mistaken, to a mall. We're planning to go to a mall. So when you're going to his car, we realized like a lot of birds were shitting on his car. Like 3 to 4 birds were actually already shat there.
Wow.
So
That's a
at
lot.
first, at first, my glance, because he's my
Kaya
best
lah
friend.
lepas ni dia.
Yeah. So basically, at first glance. So like in my first glance, when I saw the shit there, my friend was furious at first, but I calmed him down by laughing my ass out. I was like, but also like shitting on your car, lah, way. I was like that. Then after that, he's like, bro, I think it's gonna get bad luck, lah, bro. I'm like, what? You mean just bird shit in your car? What? So we took the car, we went to the mall, and we spent time in the mall for like 30 minutes. We were watching, we were basically buying things. So he came down to his car. Tengok dia cakap betul lah, bad luck lah, dapat saman. Dapat saman. So I'm there like, you're right, man. Say, bro, it's my mentality lah, bro. I'm negative lah, bro. I'm like, bro, you should not even say that. What you mean you negative? You ingat you Pokemon boleh, oh, I'm transmitting my negative energy to you. No, man, what you mean? So I was laughing. But I can
Yeah,
get
but
what you're saying.
yeah, in this case, it's his fault because he parked at the wrong place, right?
Yeah, he parked at the wrong place.
So I think there's a fine line between positivity and
Reality.
how people view. No, not reality. Between positivity and what do you call this? And being proud, right? A lot of people tend to think that people who are confident or people who are very sure of themselves, they are very proud people. So I feel like there's a fine line. If you are generally a confident person, it's okay. Go ahead. People will say a million and one things about you, but that doesn't make it true.
Yeah.
The moment you say like,
You know yourself.
yeah, and the moment you start believing them and you start behaving the way they say that you have, that you do, that's when you are actually acknowledging whatever they have actually said is true. Yeah.
That's true.
Mm.
Or basically, in another word, is that you don't know yourself.
Yeah.
Yes.
You haven't set up your own self identity yet. Like you're only listening to what other people are telling you, and that does not make it your self identity. That's just making it other people's identity on yourself. Technically lah.
Yes.
And a lot of people like they get swallowed or they get drowned into this mental health severity because they find it hard to accept why are other people so different from me. I want to be just like everybody else. I want to be perfect. I want to be cool. I want to be just like that
Famous.
person. Yes, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So until you know who you truly are, you can never know where you're going to be.
Yep. Yep. That's
Mm.
true. That's true.
So coming
I
back to like the negative comments and whatever society is saying, these are the things that will definitely build up because mental depression or anxiety, it doesn't happen overnight. It is not. It doesn't happen overnight.
doesn't have
It
a
is
That
mind.
is
an
true. That is true.
yeah, it is an
It,
accumulative of small little
it's like a
things.
process.
Yes, it's like a process. You go
Pile
through
up.
one day, yes. You go through one day, you accidentally step into a puddle of mud. You get upset. And then you go to school, your teacher scolds you for not bringing a book. And then during recess, your friend starts bullying you. And then in
Mm,
tuition, you go, you realize that you did not finish your homework. So it's an accumulative of negative things that you are not able to let go of.
that's true. I dengar pun dapat
And
PTSD. That's true.
we ada
That's true.
bandana tu.
Hey, don't touch the bandana, man. So, like what coach says is true. Like depression or anxiety doesn't just come from one day or doesn't come just one time. Tau. It happens in
Mm.
the process. Like many people
Sometimes
think,
weeks, sometimes months.
yeah, sometimes weeks, sometimes months, sometimes even years. It's like some process,
Yes.
something happened back then. For example, maybe something happened to you when you were younger, maybe for example, sick, something traumatizing. And you if something happened to you like when you're six, like for example, you're a kid, something traumatizing happened to you. Do you think you can actually forget it in the process on your long run? That thing will still haunt you. And that's what
No.
many people through depression are
Yes.
going through. They might actually go through something that's traumatizing, something that's abusive. They are actually going through that phase, even though they're not actually going through it right now. But their heart and their mind are still fighting through it. They can't get over that memory. They can't get over that traumatizing situation. So that's why they actually try to share, but they can't because, as I said, the world is not. The world is very not insecure lah. Technically, very not pula. The world is insecure. Tiba-tiba
Yeah,
cakap emotional.
the world that we live in, actually it's even worse now. When I was growing up, during my days, pinjam line Din kejap during my days.
During my days.
Kena bagi APA reference ni. By more. Yeah.
During my days, it wasn't as severe as it is today because communication was lacking. We weren't exposed to social media. There wasn't any
Social
social media
media.
to begin with. No, there's no internet. So whatever we see are the four walls around us, our parents and our friends. That's it. We don't know
That's
what's
true.
going on in the world,
That's
right?
true. That's
But
true.
it's worse now because people, they compare themselves with not just their fans and families, but they compare themselves to
But people who
people.
don't know.
Yes, and these are the people who are constantly posting things, happy things on social media, hashtag blessed, hashtag fun times. And when you are not at that, you're not there yet, you start to think and you start to get anxious, like, when will it be my time? Why am I not in that place yet? Why can't I be like her? Why can't I be like him?
You get a,
Anyone
you
hold
get a
my
little
hand?
envious.
Yes.
Yeah. You get a little
And
envious when it comes to that.
and these things are the things that contributes to your health, your mental health. So you gotta tell yourself that by the end of the day, time works differently for everyone. Okay, if
Yep.
you want to get there fast, then you gotta do something about it instead of wishing. right?
Yep. But yeah, like what you said, I feel like that's one of the factors also lah when it comes to like the process of actually building. Because back then, using my another dialogue, back when I was young, back when I was young,
Masih tua
like
sangat.
Rina dah.
hey, I was a 2000 kid. I was a 2000 kid. But this is the one thing. I was
Wait,
a
I
2000.
am too.
You 2001, bah. So I was a 2000 kid. So I was a 2000 kid, and it's like when I was 6, I had nothing. I didn't even know what's a phone tau. So the only phone that I actually knew and actually got was the one where you tekan to press the number 6. I'm a little.
Nokia.
Yeah, itu. I dapat phone tu.
Oh, that one.
The ones that are sold at petrol station.
Yeah. So back then, that's
Yeah.
the only phone I know. So what I actually did to basically socialize was go out, play with my friends, play at the playground, cycle. Like there was a lot, not say there was a lot of communication through social media. It's more towards communication face-to-face interactions. Like my dad pun, dia tak guna phone.
You're not that antisocial.
You're not that, not antisocial. But the thing is, you see the thing over there, right? As coach said, many people have their own mentality and they're negative. So like when I started playing with my friends and started talking out loud, they were like, "Why you talking loud? Hey, you're being very annoying, like that." When I was young, so they start pushing me away a lot of times. When I was 6, they start pushing me away because they were like, "You're too loud. You're very loud. Go away."
Even now you're loud.
But I don't see you pushing me away lah because you need me. Dapat balik kau. But yeah, it's like
marah.
So it's like back then, I used to actually be quite scared to voice out my opinions. It actually like stuck with me till I was 13. Because when I tried to voice out, I was just getting turned down. Like many people were like, "You're too loud. Your opinion doesn't matter. You're just gonna talk here and there. No need lah. You talk a lot lah, bro. Just go away lah, bro." Some things like that. But people don't understand that it's just they think the big things actually cause traumatizing situations and also anxiety, but you don't understand that actually the smaller things also bring anxiety in the long run.
True.
Because if you think that one time, if it's just a small problem for that one day, you can actually bagi advice at the person, But if you realize that small thing is happening day by day in the person's life throughout the years, then it's actually big because it's already compiled into one big pail of loneliness, one big pail of people doesn't want to listen to you, that kind of thing. And then the traumatizing effect starts taking in, and then anxiety. And people just think that, oh, bro, small matter, what? But it's not. Because I've went through it a lot of times in my day. So, so it's like, yeah, that time was quite painful because as coach said, negative gila lah orang.
I did not say negative gila lah orang. I said people are very negative.
No, I'm telling negative. I said you said negative. I said I'm expressing the negative gila. So let me rephrase that. I say negative gila. Okay, for those of you offended.
But then nowadays, imagine. But nowadays, bayangkan your friends macam orang luar boleh judge you like so bad. Imagine if your friend yang jenis yang backstab you.
Oh.
Imagine that.
I got that before, man.
Dia punya sakit dia tu. Yeah, how painful it is. Oh my god.
I think I got that situation.
Oh my god.
I actually got that backstab because of love. And that's actually painful. I don't want to share. So let's continue the conversation. So what we're talking about?
Aww.
No lah.
I think by the end of the day, I'm speaking directly to Dean, Nurina, partly, and everyone out there who's listening to us. by the end of the day, if you guys have gone through this experience before where you have friends and your friends do something nasty or do something bad behind your back, and that's how the whole term of backstabbing comes to play, right? By the end of the day, you guys have got to accept that you are not in control of other people.
That's true. Yes, that is very
And
true.
however people react or act behind you or towards you, you have no control over them, but you do have control over how you feel and how you are going to take charge of this whole situation, right? So accepting is one, accepting that you cannot control them, and accepting that by the end of the day, throughout your entire life, you will meet people like this.
Yep. Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
So accepting is one. And number two, the next time when you make friends or try to be close to someone, you need to start recognizing what are some of the,
You need to carefully.
You have to know their traits, like,
You need-
technically. Like,
yes.
what are the specific traits they have and everything.
yes. So be sensitive towards all these things, the way they talk, the way they behave towards you, the way they behave around people other than you.
You need to know them before you trust them.
Yep.
Yes, right? So in fact, I think I told you guys in the training before, you show me your friends and I can tell you what kind of life you're going to have. You need to start asking yourself that question.
Okay, let me go to my Instagram. But
It's
yeah,
true,
like
it's
what coach
true.
say,
Yeah.
so I totally agree. Like, for those of you who are actually going through like anxiety of not trusting your friends and anxiety of backstabbing friends or something that depression that are caused because of friendship. Okay, this is the first thing that I actually understood. My dad actually gave me advice of it, and I actually took that advice well. My dad told me that when he was young, before he even made friends, he used to go out with these kind of friends and get to know what their true trait are, their true personalities. And it's not called judging them, tau. It's basically understanding the way they are.
Mm.
So when you understand the way they are, the way they behave, you would understand in your perspective what they would actually do to you if they behave towards other people like that. Like, you can have among of friends, you can have like a lot, you can have like 10, 20 of friends, but you can only have less best friends who you really trust. Like, you can't say that, oh, I trust 20 people, right? There's always, like, that's the reality. I've not seen many people saying that I trust all my 20 friends. No.
Yes,
There's always
that is very true.
there's always that among of people that you really trust, right? So when you start understanding that, when you start getting to know this personality and traits, they actually treat, how they treat people, like what coach said, what their personalities are, then you start understanding, okay, this is someone I will share my problems with and someone that can help me throughout my problems in the future.
Or what I usually do, because I have faced that before. Okay, for example, you have this group of friends before, like the first time you go to college or university or anything, you have this group of friends, because yelah masuk-masuk takkan you dah ada macam kawan yang based on your personality kan. You must meet and like different type of friends, okay, yang ada mungkin jenis yang backstab punya ke, mungkin ada yang jealousy punya ke, mungkin banyaklah jenis, okay. So what you should do is, if you have faced something bad with this group of people, try finding a new group of people that suits your personality, that have somehow close to how you behave or how you want your friends to behave. Not orang kata selalu apa, oh kau macam tu kau jenis memilih macam memilih kawan semua. Tak, bukan memilih lah juga, tapi not in a bad way, not like pushing everyone away, but finding someone who you can trust, not sekadar kawan, but someone you really trust as your best friend. Okay? There's two types of normal friend and best friend who you really trust. If you want like gila-gila kawan that maybe your personality is not gila-gila, but you want someone to gila-gila, then make it as your like normal friend. If you want someone yang jenis have the same personality, maybe you're extrovert, you want someone who's an extrovert, then you can make them as a best friend.
That's
Okay,
true.
there's two
Yeah.
things. There's two
But
different things.
I want to add a question to Coach Kamal about that. Like I was what Nurina said, find new friends that basically not say fix your personality, basically that fits your personality, but someone that can actually accept your personality. But
Yes.
how about people who actually face through uh, a mental health issue that they can't trust anyone? How about that? Yeah. For example, they went through a traumatizing situation, trusting their friends, and they feel like, oh, now I'm not going to trust anyone. It's something very traumatizing, something that really impact their life. So what can you say about that? Do you think what do you think can help them?
Well, for me, the other day, I took a break from everyone. Okay. I took a break from everyone, and then I rethink on what do they do that makes me have this anxiety problem.
Yep,
Okay, think
that's
that
right.
first. If you think that their existence, just by their existence, makes you feel insecure or makes you have anxiety, then you have the right to cut them off from your life.
Yeah,
It's because your mental health is really important. Okay, it's really really important. Without having a healthy mental health, you can't do anything. You will always have breakdowns. You can't focus well. It's really important. To me, it's really really important. So after thinking back, what's the cause of me having anxiety and what did that person did to me, then I started slowly, don't drastically, slowly pull myself away from that person, from that circle. Then from there, I try to find someone, a group of friends, perhaps, to help me through this maybe life or college years, and basically, yeah, find a new friend, group of friends that will help you and can accept you and does not does not do the things that the other person did to you.
that's
Then
true.
from there you can improve your mental health and how you can escape your anxiety.
Yes, sir. Okay, I'm going to use Coach Kamal's line right now. By the end of the day, in the end, it is your mentality. In the end, it's your mentality, it's your mind, it's your mental health lah. Because when you are just thinking why this person does to you, in the end you're just thinking about the person, you're not thinking about yourself, right? So you should think more on how to build yourself in that kind of process, instead of thinking, I was a good friend to him, why did he do this to me? Instead of thinking that, think for yourself, how should I build myself away from this person? Okay, in the end, first thing you have to do already, that you already know, you have to push this person away, firstly. Secondly, okay, how am I going to get new friends? Thirdly, make sure I realize what I am without this person, who I am without this person. Because in the end, if you
Yes,
have this kind of best friends, your view is always influenced by them. Your personality is always
yes,
influenced by
that
them.
is
So
true.
you should actually know your personality without them. So it's basically you went through that thing is actually a plus in some senses, because you get to know about yourself better, instead of him or her just telling you, oh, you're like this, so you should do this. No. Now it's a better time for you to basically understand about yourself more, start building yourself. So it's easy for you to basically socialize with other people. And like what Nurina said, push that person away. The person should
That
not be
is
in your life.
why taking a break is really important
Yes.
if you are having this anxiety, especially if you are having anxiety because of friendship or relationship.
Mm,
It's important to take a break. What do you
Okay.
think, Coach?
Okay, I
I
wanted to share, but never
think,
mind.
first of all, if you guys are struggling to find out what kind of personality you have, you can always visit coachkamalamzan.com or visit Instagram, Coach Kamal Amzan, or find me on Facebook. I can help you find out what kind of personality you have. I will
Semua
teach
social media.
you
Kasih.
on how to strengthen yourself and build on your weaknesses. Okay, enough promoting.
Disclaimer.
Now,
Okay, disclaimer. He's
to,
married. He's married. He's married.
to answer Dean's question, I would say that do not seclude yourself. Do not confine yourself into an area where you are alone and you are in your mind and you don't know how to handle that
Yep.
thought with you alone. Okay, so having trust issues is okay. Having trust issues is okay, but do not shut everyone out of your life. Okay, if you want to shut your friends out, it's fine, but do not shut your families out. Okay, so after doing that, like what Rina said, you need to take a step back, relook at the situation that you're in, and you need to ask yourself, which path should I take, right? Because a lot of people who has mental problems and they can't think really well and they can't handle whatever it is that they're feeling, they need help. You need help and you need the right people to guide you. Okay, you need the right people to guide you towards the right path. What did Oprah Winfrey say? Oprah Winfrey viewed failure as God's way of telling her that, excuse me, you are going the wrong way and you
The
need to
wrong path.
correct
Yes.
it by going the right way.
Yep. That's true. Yep.
So you need to correct your part there by going the right way. You need to go the right way and you need people to guide you. You shut people off, you will only make your mental health worse.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, so yes, it's going to take a longer time for you to start trusting people again. I'm not going to lie to you, it's going to take a long time for you to start trusting people again, but you do need to start building that trust again, because by the end of the day,
By the end of the day.
humans value connections.
Yep.
Human need other human beings to survive. Okay, we need that love, we need the support, and no one makes it on their own. Okay, even Donald Trump needed people to back him up for his presidency. Yeah.
I didn't know you would actually relate to that, but never mind. All right. Okay, coming back to the topic.
Okay, like so what are some of the strategies that you guys use to tackle your sanity to make sure that you are sane when you're going through all this?